What is up, geeks of YouTube? I am Damien, and welcome to our fantasy life. In today's video, I don't know if you already read the title, but we are talking about the Switch Lite, which was formerly called the Switch Mini. Nintendo finally pulled back the curtain and showed us what they were working on, and the internet, of course, already hates it. So stick around, we're going to talk about the Switch Lite right now. So as Tracy and I predicted in our E3 video when we were talking about our E3 Nintendo predictions, Nintendo did not announce any new hardware at E3. They announced it slightly after. So I think they played that perfectly. They let some of the hype and the buzz around a lot of the games die down, and then they announced the new hardware, right? So they're back in the news. So what did they announce? They announced the Switch Lite coming in 3 different colors. It's a smaller version of the Nintendo Switch. Interestingly, it does not dock. And also the Joy-Cons are non-removable. So the Switch part of the Switch, it doesn't really do that anymore, but a lot of people are excited about it because of the price point, $199, right? Where the normal Switch comes in at $299 and does have a lot of those features. But like I mentioned in the intro, a lot of people already hate the Switch Lite, even though they've already said they're not going to buy it. So I don't understand that. But I think Nintendo has done a really, really good job here of identifying their market. So I can see a lot of parents buying this for their kids. I can see this being a great buy for the holidays. At $199, it's only $50 or $60 more than a 2DS XL. So at that point, it's kind of a no-brainer. You get access to this huge Switch library, and then you can take it with you on the go. Now, that's not to say that I'm all in favor of the Switch Lite. There are a couple of things that I don't like about it. One is I don't like this marketing thing. Nintendo's doing what a lot of tech companies do, where they say it has 30% more battery life. 30% more battery life is about 25 minutes, and they show that on the website. So if you really dig into the numbers, it's not really that much of a difference. It comes with a smaller screen. It doesn't have removable Joy-Cons, and then no motion controls as well. So for somebody like me, for Tracy, who, both of us have the full Switch console, I think we'll be sticking with those. Now, the one thing that I did like about the Switch Lite is that it comes in color. So it comes in yellow, gray, and turquoise. And then in November, when Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out, they're coming out with a special edition Sword and Shield one, which will be right here somewhere. That one is actually pretty gorgeous. I do like the look of that one. So that's a little tempting. But at $199 for something that only really has about 30 minutes more battery life, I don't know if that's a huge instant buy for me. But I can see a lot of parents picking this up for their kids, especially with the eShop and so many inexpensive games on the eShop right now. It just seems like a no-brainer for them. So we've talked about the hardware. We've talked about the Switch. Let me talk a little bit about the controversy. It seems like the internet is having a really mixed take on this, which kind of surprised me. I kind of thought this was a no-brainer, like a big thumbs up for Nintendo, especially for anyone that already has a Switch. Anything that makes Nintendo more successful, you would think people would be thumbs up about, but a lot of people were expecting a Switch Pro. So I think they were disappointed that the Switch Lite was announced instead, or what we were calling beforehand the Switch Mini. For me, I see anything that brings more people to the Switch as a net positive. And I'll tell you why. Partially is a lot of third-party developers are really sitting up and taking notice of the Switch. We're getting The Witcher 3 on Switch. We're getting a lot of fantastic remasters and remakes for the Switch. Final Fantasy VIII is coming to the Switch in a remaster. Tracy's going to be playing Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is coming to the Switch. That portability and that on-the-go factor, along with the little bit of power that it has to drive some of these AAA experiences, I think that makes the Switch kind of the go-to console right now. So giving a lower price point for the Switch Lite and allowing a whole new market to pick up the Switch, that's only going to benefit us Nintendo fans. So the people that are upset because they didn't come out with a Switch Pro, we're early in 2019 here. The Switch Lite comes out late 2019. We still have all of 2020, and there's so much going on in 2020 on the gaming landscape. I'm almost positive Nintendo is going to be coming out with either a refreshed or a brand new Switch or Switch Pro in 2020. But I think this is a huge thing. I don't think the right move is to release the premium console first. I think the right move is to broaden your install base, get more people to have a Switch, get more people playing on it, and then you introduce that premium Switch down the line, which is going to grab that kind of top 1% of the customers. I think Nintendo is playing this perfectly. They did have a little bit of a struggle with the Wii U, but Nintendo has always kind of famously been hardware first and then have that software second approach, and it seems like they are back on track. So I love the Switch Lite. I mean, I'll probably wait for the Switch. No, I won't. I was going to say I was probably going to wait for the Switch Pro. No, I won't. I'm probably going to be getting the Switch Lite when it launches. You know what, though? I might wait because, like I said earlier, it comes in a gray, a yellow, and a turquoise color. But that Zacian and Zamacenta one for Sword and Shield, that thing looks awesome. So if, Tracy and I might be fighting over them, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting the Sword and Shield one. So look for an unboxing video at some point. Once it goes live, I'll link to it here because I can say all day, I'm not going to get one. I'm not going to get one. November comes around. I know I'm putting in a pre-order for it. So let's just be honest about it. But yeah, I like the Switch Lite. I think it's a great option. I think it's good for on the go. Now, for somebody like me also who does video capture and who plays games online and is going to be looking at streaming Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the Switch, the regular Switch now becomes kind of the only option at that point because the Switch Lite does not dock. But, that's a really, really niche thing. I think the Switch Lite is going to sell like gangbusters, just like the 2DS XL/LL did when it came out. And people said that thing was ridiculous. Nobody would buy it. So, yeah, Switch Lite, big thumbs up from me. But what do you guys think? I really, really want to hear from you on this one. Are you in that camp that thinks that the Switch Lite it should not have been launched yet? You wanted a Pro? Do you care about the Switch Lite at all? Are you going to stick with your regular Switch? Or are you going to be switching to the Switch Lite from a regular Switch? Let me know. I really want to talk about this one because this is kind of a big deal. Also, while you're here, if you liked what you saw here and you want to see more videos like this, hit that like button. Tracy would say, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that notify bell and stick around so that we can keep this conversation going. Really appreciate it, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.